On today's show are teaming up for the Henry Ford Hospice Home. We welcome from True Community Credit Union, CEO Chrissy Siders, CEO and President of American One Credit Union, Martha Fuerstenau, and from Henry Ford Jackson Hospital, event specialist Theresa. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you.
Nice to have you here. You guys have been here a lot together.
We have.
As two competing credit unions, the area's two largest credit unions teaming up. That's cool.
You say it like you're so shocked.
Well, years ago, it would have been a shock.
Not with Martha and I.
Back when you had men leading the credit union.
No, it's absolutely an important thing for us to, we love each other and we love our communities that we're in, and so we know that, we are absolutely stronger together and what the impact that we can make, and so we committed early on to step out together and make a difference together.
Yeah, and before we get to the Lights of Love, I want to talk about something that just happened today.
Yes.
At Jackson Police Department. What happened?
Actually, this was something that was started by Jess at Blue Ox. She came together, and you can see we are actually meeting Taz, which is the new canine dog, and we call it the So My chapter of credit unions came together, which includes credit unions from Lenawee County and Jackson County, and we actually purchased a vest for Taz, as well as some, I think, stuff for his kennel. As well, so just something that we felt inclined to do for our community. So that was actually not just our two credit unions; it was many credit unions in our area.
Yeah, in fact, it was in addition to American One and True, Blue Ox, South Central, and Community Choice. So thanks to all those great credit unions.
And there's the police with us as well
today.
Today.
Is it a bulletproof vest?
Yeah, it's something to keep him really safe. Yeah. And you know that guy they just caught in Pennsylvania, the police dog was the one who did it. So we could be part of something big that I hope we're actually never part of because of what they have to go do.
Well, let's hope we don't need the dog to catch him, escape murderer.
Right. That is our preference.
Did you see what the guy said?
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, you cops, you walked over me 2 or 3 times over the last week. I was hiding under the leaves."
Yeah.
But it took the dog to find him.
Yeah, wow. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now on to Lights of Love.
Yeah.
So what is Lights of Love? Who wants to take that one? Martha?
I can take it. So Lights of Love was started many years ago when Georgia was at Allegiance, and it's a celebration that was also a fundraiser. So it's a celebration of remembrance and honoring people that have been in our lives, and it's very meaningful, and it's set up in the holiday season when a lot of us do take time to reflect and remember our friends and family. So it's been around for a long time, and what we have done now is put more focus on that event. So we've given up the golf outing and are now just entirely focused on this one event in December called Lights of Love.
Yeah, so 20-some years we had the golf outing fundraiser. And the Lights of Love, it's done at the holidays.
It is.
Right?
It is. It's December 6th at 6 p.m. Typically at the Henry Ford Jackson main hospital, and then also this year they'll be part of the event at the hospice home itself. I think what's so great about it is that, for most of us, I was thinking about this as I was coming in today. Tomorrow's actually the 5-year anniversary of my dad passing away, and I was just thinking about the day for me. I take the time to just reminisce a little bit about my dad, but this event allows people to come together who have a common thing that they want to think through or honor or be inspired by or love, whether that's a pet or whether that's a family member. This is an opportunity where people just get to come together and spend time and pay honor to their loved ones who have passed away.
Yeah, and I think we've all had family members that have had their last days at the hospice home, or close friends.
Yeah.
And my mom and dad both had illnesses, and they did not have a hospice home where they lived. And it's unbelievable what a difference it makes.
It really is.
And Dr. Duda was here yesterday, and I was telling him when my mom died, we signed her up for hospice toward the end, and they only had one person, and she had to come from 60 miles away, and she came in one day, and it was just, so I hope people realize the blessing that having that here.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Theresa, having the Lights of Love, this started, as Martha mentioned, when George Fatosic was CEO back before, even before Henry Ford.
Yes.
But it's been important for Henry Ford to continue and keep this going.
Yes, absolutely. And it has been a blessing to have both the credit unions partner with us in this event. And so it was a campaign, a letter campaign. And now we're turning it into this beautiful event where it's both a campaign and an event where we can actually come together. We are going to have it at both locations, the hospice home and at the hospital. We're going to live stream so we can see it, kind of like you would if you were doing the ball drop at New Year's in New York. We plan on having some beautiful music, some kids from the high schools doing, singing some Christmas carols, and we'll have moments of quiet remembrance and some guest speakers just talking about how important it is to honor those we have lost.
And Martha, I think your mom was at hospice home too,
My mom
right?
was at hospice home, and we'll celebrate her, I don't know if celebration is wrong, anniversary of her death a week from today in 5 years. And I think, you know, for me, I think for everyone, you experience that grief in different ways over the years, and not often do we take time to really take a minute to reflect on that. And so I look forward to this event because it does give me that space to really just think about her. And actually I've had 2 friends die of cancer in the last 9 months. And so, you know, this is not an unusual experience. It's just, how can we celebrate their life and honor them, and also kind of take care of ourselves mentally? You know, there's a mental health aspect to this.
And your
My mom was there as well.
yeah, and she the anniversary of
Her anniversary is December 30th, so
Okay.
it's shortly after after this event. My mom lived in the hospice home for 8 months, and you know, the hospice home was really an integral part in me, you know, growing as a person, and the time that my mom spent there. Dr. Duda said it, you know, really well yesterday when he said, you know, the hospice home allows kids to become just kids instead of caregivers, right? I mean, for a long time, years, I was my mom's caregiver, and to be able to transition to just being her daughter, the hospice home is what gave me that. So that's where the passion lies, to just make sure that other families have that same exact experience.
Yeah, and that, taking care of your parents when they're dying, it's a very stressful, and it can cause just some very unpleasant interactions, and having that, it's such a blessing and relief. And it's not just at the home, because hospice, they'll go out to your, some people don't want to die outside of their home.
Yeah, absolutely. And Henry Ford Jackson offers, you know, both the in-home hospice care where they come into people's homes, as well as the hospice home. So I think what's beautiful about that is the goal is to just bring dignity to that death and dying process, and be able to allow people to still maintain maybe some of their independence if they'd like to, but be able to be cared for the way that they need to as well during that time.
Yep, absolutely great. All right, so the event itself, some new things this year. Theresa brought some bling. So we have this scarf.
Yep, so the scarf is for those who,
Have you seen it?
yeah, they're gonna.
Do you want to model it?
Yeah, you want to? So there's this side of it. I won't put it on my microphone.
You have to open it up because there's double embroidery on it. And this is for, we're going to be, the credit unions and Henry Ford, we're going to be in the parade at Thanksgiving. We're going to have a float. And the people who are walking in the float get to have that scarf to wear. And we're just going to celebrate and represent this event that's going to happen. So we're doing that. I also brought in, if you want to, you can donate $250 and you can get these beautiful ornaments. You get 2, and you can have your picture put in of your loved one, whether it's a pet or your family member that's a human, and then you get 2, and so then you can put 1 on the hospice tree, and then keep 1 for yourself as well.
Oh, I was going to say, these are so nice.
Yep.
Have you seen these?
I have. This is really special.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to have these.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's why you get 2 with your donation.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
One goes on the tree, one you take home
Yep.
and put on your own tree.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's the really neat thing about it. So at the event, there are trees that will have, so in the past we did a scroll where your loved one's name could be, but now there will be these trees, right, where you can tour the trees that are there and you can see people's loved ones, people with their loved ones, people with their pets. I love the pet piece. I'm kind of, you know, a dog person, and I have a 13-year-old dog, and I promise you that when he passes, I'll be buying one of these. But how great is it that it really covers, you know, all of the loss that you could have, and then you can, you know, tour it, and other people can see your family as well. It brings them back to life a bit.
Yeah, it's a big step up from just having the light that you, oh, well, that light, I'm pretty sure that light, no, maybe it's not.
Right, and the scroll, yeah.
No, we had the big light. I know we had the big light. But their names are on like a scroll too, right?
Correct. You can do that. There's a lot of, because it's an event now, we're doing an expansion, so there are sponsorships that you can do, and the 2 credit unions join together to do the largest sponsorship, and that's the Brilliant Light sponsorship, which means there will be 6 trees with their names attached to them, and that's the large sponsorship for the event. And then you can light up Hospice Home, that's another big sponsorship, which is a tree at Hospice Home, but also the outside of Hospice Home. And then there are smaller packages that you can do where businesses or families can come together and purchase a tree. We would provide the tree, they would decorate it, which will be the last week in November. They come to the hospital. We're going to have, you know, donuts and cider and cookies and things, and they come and decorate the trees, and then they'll be lined up in the entranceway and down the hallway, and make that just a really fun event. And then we're also going to have a few trees out at the Hospice Home. We can't have too many because of their space allotment. And then on December 6th, people can come and wander and see the trees and walk through. It's just going to be really lovely. There's different, if you go out to the website, which is henryford.com/Lights of Love Jackson. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but that'll take you to the sponsorship page, and it has a list of what you get when you tag them.
So the trees are going to be inside.
Correct.
Because you chopped down the trees that were outside.
That was last year. That was last year.
So we do have 3 very big trees that are outside that are lit up that are blue. But these are going to be more of your traditional trees that will be inside and you can wander through. We also have these beautiful red lanterns that light up as well, which is another sponsorship, and the loved one or your pet can be named and put on it. So there's that kind of sponsorship. So we're making it kind of like vignettes, so it's just beautiful looking in the hospital.
So the takeaway you should have had from that, if you really want to debate us about who has the larger bulb, you have to do the large sponsorship with American One and True. Other than that, we have the largest
You have
bulb.
the largest bulb.
Yes, they do.
But we are willing to step aside
That's
if
right.
you would like to give $1 or $2 more than the largest sponsorship, so that you could have the biggest bulb.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, just making sure that you know that that was what was discussed there.
Yeah, and the money thing, so it's a fundraiser. People might be thinking, oh, wow, the hospice home is just so luxurious. We can't afford that. That's not something a family has to worry about.
No,
That's
the funds
correct.
go directly to the hospice home, and really for families who can't afford, that end of life care, it will help to offset that. One of the beautiful things about the hospice home, and whether it be Dr. Duda or any of the volunteers there or staff, they would tell you they want nobody to be turned away. No one to have to worry about that piece while they're dealing with that. And I personally had that struggle with my mom and dad, where we were worrying how were we going to pay for that. My parents didn't have a lot of money, and so to be able to have that opportunity because of fundraisers like this, in many other ways that funds are raised for hospice, is really beneficial for our community.
Yeah, I think this is probably the biggest. Well, when it was the golf, you guys raised more for this. Over the years, it was
Over $500,000.
over
Yes.
$500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's been around $70,000 a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we want to
Well, when
continue
we started
to do
partnering,
that.
it's that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did better
Yeah.
when we did
We
it
did better
together.
when we partnered than when Just True did it on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's obviously many families have been able to benefit from all of that money raised over the years.
Yeah.
Do you have a goal? Because even though you're teaming up, you know.
My goal is for you to buy the sponsorship above us. That's the only goal I have.
All right.
Is for you to buy the sponsorship above us.
Oh, wow. And you would give that up?
Of course. No, we actually are just creating a new sponsorship
Oh,
for you.
It'd
No,
be off,
you
off
know, when we stopped doing the golf outing, we certainly didn't, you know, we actually feel like, you know, as we continue to grow this program and this event and make it more event-like, we'll be able to continue to generate significant, you know, money for the hospice home.
Awesome. And you guys are both organizations, well, all three, you continue the community support. You all have things this weekend and over the next few weeks that you're sponsoring and that you're part of. The community impact of True, American One, and Henry Ford, it's pretty massive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We love our community.
Yeah, it's very important to us.
Well, we appreciate you guys doing that and this and being here today.
Thanks.
Thank you, Bart.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
CEO and President of True Community Credit Union, Chrissy Siders. American One Credit Union President and CEO, Martha Fuerstenau. And Event Specialist at Henry Ford Jackson Hospital, Theresa Dark. More to come, and here on